Greetings, welcome back. We are still talking about Kaizen, and this module is all about conducting the event. Data is extremely important within a Kaizen event. We want to be able to have data once we are in the event, because now we can understand what the significance of the problem is. Without the data, we don't really understand. So collecting the data, bringing it into the Kaizen event is helpful, or you may have to collect the data while you're in the event. Whatever the case may be, without metrics, decisions will only be on opinion, and we don't want that. So we want to be able to make decisions based on the data. We'll have the baseline data, we'll make a change, some kind of improvement, and then we'll watch to see if that's a good fit, and we will collect post data. We're going to measure and compare that baseline data against the post data to ensure that we made a change and to make sure that that change was successful. So if whatever data that is pertinent to your process, whether it be sigma level, cost, number of defects, maybe turnaround time, how long does it take currently compared to how long it takes once you made the improvement. You can identify the efficiency rate. So whatever that is, we want to be able to understand what that baseline data is and then collect the same data for the post data collection. Now in the event, we'll begin by choosing a leader. We'll have a facilitator. If you're lucky enough to have a scribe, that would be helpful. And then we can go through, we can discuss what the issue is, discuss what the problem is, brainstorming with our team. Now, if you do have a leader in the room, that's helpful because they can bring their perspective. But if you don't, then you can just go forward with consensus rules. And these are the steps then. We want to be able to educate the team. And as we discussed prior, not everyone will have the understanding of the lean tools and Kaizen tools that you will. So we'll have to educate, just some focus education on what you want your team to, what kind of tools you want them to use. We'll define the charter. We'll make sure that we complete that charter. We're going to talk about what tools that we will use, what graphs we will use, what metrics based on the value stream map or the process flow map. We're going to use some metrics. So what will those metrics be? We'll brainstorm some solutions with our team. We'll develop a solution and we'll all choose that solution, and then we'll identify how we will implement that solution or come up with an implementation plan. And those are the steps to the Kaizen event. And in this Kaizen event, we have this 5-day event listed here. We can use this 5-day schedule. We could use a couple-hour schedule. It doesn't really matter how you will conduct your event, but just to make sure that you go over some of the important topics, that we listed out here. You set the expectations. You provide some focused training. Everybody understands based on the value stream map what the problem is. We're analyzing the current condition. We're creating a future state. We're using all those tools that we used that you feel is important in your Kaizen event, because you want to implement a pilot and then watch to see if that pilot is a good fit. And then of course, train the people that will be using the new process. Now, some of the factors to validate the change, we want to make sure that we have those measures of waste from the current state. Now, we said the current state for the value stream is very, very important, because we can see some of that, the problems in that current state, and we can measure it to the future state. We can compare the two and show what an improvement that you actually made by collecting and comparing the metrics. We're going to collect the pre-metrics to the post-metrics, and then we're going to celebrate our successes, because we started out at one level and now we're at another level, and we made a significant change of whatever that metric is. Success of Kaizen is to be open to change. Don't be afraid to ask those dumb questions. Just focus on the process. What can you do without investing anything? What can you do by just changing the process or improving the process and not spend any cash flow at this point? Let's all think positive. There's no excuses here. We can innovate. What can we do to improve this process? And then again, what if and why not? Let's come up with some way that we can innovate, we can transform, and we can totally turn this process around to the positive aspect. The goal then is lasting change. We want to make an improvement, and we want to be able to continue to work on quality and continue to work on some improvement for the organization, one process improvement at a time. Learning outcomes for this course then is you'll be able to describe a Kaizen event. You'll be able to conduct this event and resolve any issue that you identify that could be problematic. And this is the reason why we are doing a Kaizen event, because you are working with your team and you are going to go through the process, identify any steps along the way that is problematic, and then determine what is the root cause by doing brainstorming with the team to eliminate that root cause. You'll learn all the tools. So all the tools that you've gathered throughout this course and throughout this program, you can use within your Kaizen event. Once you use those tools within your Kaizen event, then you can come up with those root causes and eliminate them from happening. And then you'll be able to plan your event, conduct your event, brainstorm the root cause, eliminate the root cause by implementing a solution. Implement a pilot, watch to see if it's a good fit, and then verify that that was actually a successful Kaizen event. And then you'll be able to go and spread your success and show the organization what you and your team have accomplished. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But other than that, good luck on your journey.